Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your psychic intuitive horoscopes, weekly horoscopes for February 10th through the 16th, 2020. I am breaking them down by your elementals signs. So we're going to start off by doing the fire signs, which are my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this is going to be your horoscope for this week if you're a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This week, it's all about relationships. It is the week of Valentine's Day, which is Friday the 14th. And not only that, but we are in the full moon right now as well. And so with the full moon starting today, actually on Sunday the 9th, February 9th, when I'm doing this reading, it is a very, very intense cycle. It is going to be a good time this week to start working on manifesting what you want and getting that, getting those thoughts kind of squared away. So that way you don't lose focus on what is going on. And we are in the sign, this moon is in the moon of Leo, which starts today on Sunday the 9th. So it's a very powerful week. There's a lot of focus around your love life, relationships. There's a lot of peace this week, but there are going to be some relationships that are going to be tested. It could be that you feel like maybe your partner is not honoring Valentine's Day. Even though Valentine's Day has been glamorized and over sensationalized, and it's been more of a commercial type of, buying, merchandise and stuff. You really don't need that to show someone that you love them, but it is what it is. It is a holiday. It is something that is celebrated by many people all around the world. But there is some conflict that can come in, or some patterns of control, jealousy this week. Even if it's just minute, and even if it doesn't lead to an argument, you could feel some type of way about your boo talking to somebody else of the opposite gender or the same gender, regardless of what relationship you're in. I also get that there is a sense that a lot of you that are fire signs are going to be very much with your intuitive abilities are going to be very tuned in and very powerful. And so that's going to help you to see through, like maybe see a part of yourself that's maybe overreacting, or that is that can take a different trajectory this week in particular. You want to be as peaceful as possible. There is going to be a lot of focus on your money, so there could be some spending on buying a gift for your loved one, throw in some kind of a weekend getaway party, or going and eating at a lavish restaurant to celebrate Valentine's Day. I also get right now that a lot of the divine feminine and the divine masculine are meeting each other. The divine feminine may be feeling a lot more passion, sexuality, and expressing their feminism, their beauty, and just feeling feelings of wanting to be intimate with the other partner. And the divine masculine is ready to complement that at the same time. But there's going to be a couple of these relationships, like I said, that kind of are going to be tested this week in particular. And some people, some women, some divine feminines, and it could be men that are operating out of their divine feminines as well. Some of these relationships are going to be tested, and you're going to possibly feel like maybe your partner, even if this is a gay or lesbian relationship, or it's a straight heterosexual relationship, it doesn't matter if it's LGBT, or it is heterosexual. There is going to be tests in every relationship. And again, this is not going to apply to every single person out there listening that's a fire sign, but some of you will have that. And if you are single, you're going to be tested in the manner that you may just dread social media this week, because you're going to see other people, and although you're not the type to be jealous, and you see people posting with their couples photographs celebrating Valentine's Day, or posting their gifts, it isn't in human nature for us to feel things. We're human, and it's normal. So don't beat yourself up if you get like a little tinge of jealousy, or you roll your eyes, or you just want to stay off social media completely. It's going to be normal for this week, like I said, because we're going to experience all kinds of feels. And to top things off, the Mercury retrograde is coming, and it's like we're already in the shadow of that. So when you couple all of the intensity that you're feeling this week, communication and things are going to be a little off. And remember, if you get a text message, the way that things can be communicated in a text message are not necessarily, text messages have a certain tone. It's not like talking to a person. Don't read too much into your text messages that you get, or that kind of form of communication. Emails are the same way, the tone can be very different. So that's your horoscope if you are a fire sign. All right, the next signs that I'm going to be reading this week's horoscope to you is going to be for the earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you're a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this is going to be your horoscope for this week. This week for my earth signs, a lot of nesting, planting. It's like you are laying down your roots, you're laying down your foundation, and you're seeing a lot of the things, the seeds that you have already planted and worked hard over the last 2 years are starting to manifest, and you're still in a creative mode. There's a lot of hope, and a lot of you going towards things that you want right now. A lot of swift mental thought, mental thinking, going towards your goals, and just a lot of traveling this week for many of you out there that are earth signs. If you've been working very hard in a career this week, or like looking towards like how to spend your coins, your, when I say coins, your money, that's how the kids nowadays say coins. You're going to have that. I feel like a lot of you are going to have that this week. You may be kind of like pulling, or getting your income tax. You could be getting some kind of money. It could be just your paycheck, or somebody's going to give you a gift for Valentine's Day. There's a lot of you, like I said, that are going to be taking trips, turning looking towards the present and no longer looking towards the past. A lot of you are coming to this side of healing. You're stepping into the side of healing and leaving that behind. And the divine masculine is going to help a lot of you, whether it's a father figure, it's a boyfriend, it's a friend, it doesn't matter. There is a lot of that healing going through. At the same time, a lot of you are at a spiritual you're having spiritual epiphany and a spiritual moment in everything that you do. And it's like you recognize that you need spirituality to balance you. It helps you to be who you need to be for other people and yourself. There is a point this week where you're going to have to realize that if you have to take a day off from work, you need to do it. But other people may not like the fact that you have to request or put in time off. This may not be your employers, but other employees, or coworkers are like, well, why does she get to take off, or why does he get to take off, and it's Valentine's Day is not really like a federal holiday that's really celebrated where you get paid for time off, etc. But you may have plans with your boo for this weekend, so don't take it to heart. A lot of you are going to be having your work on your mind while you're trying to celebrate Valentine's Day with your partner, or there could be some issue that comes up at work, but you already have the day off and you're like debating, should I just go in, and say, F that. But a lot of you should just take it off, because you need to know that your job is, it pays your bills, but it doesn't make you who you are. At the end of the day, you need to put yourself as a priority. So if that means you taking some mental days off, if you need this week, because I'm not gonna lie, with Mercury retrograde fastly approaching, and with all the energies that are out there, it is going to be a very tumultuous energy for a lot of us out there that are earth signs to really endure and hold on to it. You're going to have a lot of clarity this week and focus on what you want, but at the same time, like towards Thursday, Friday, and the weekend, the last 4 days of the week, you're going to feel kind of like your thoughts are everywhere, and you feel guilty almost for having fun when you shouldn't. And this could be like, you being an adult and having, children that are grown, are like teenagers, are in their early teens, and they're like, they want to go places on Valentine's Day, but that's a day for mom and dad, or for, yourself and your partner, and you want the kids to kind of hold down the fort while you have a romantic date because you haven't had one in a long time. So I'm just using this as an example, but that's kind of like the energy. You don't need to feel guilty, and you don't need to like be paranoid about if you step away, for some reason, because a lot of you earth signs love having control, and sometimes releasing that control is going to allow you to bring happiness into your life. So this is a message to really hold on to if you're an earth sign. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be doing our air signs. So the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you are an air sign and you are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this is your horoscope for this week. So immediately what I get this week for a lot of us air signs, because I'm an air sign, I'm a Gemini, is that there's a lot of heartbreak, okay? So you may not necessarily be in a relationship and going through some kind of cheating or heartbreak, and maybe you are. But a lot of us are going to be reflecting on our past, on our exes, and people who really impacted your life and really had a hold on your heart and your love situation. And a lot of us are going to be, this is not going to be a good week necessarily for a lot of us air signs, because we're going to start seeing, especially if you were involved with someone that was like an ex, and you see them in a relationship very happy, and they're posting things, it's going to kind of affect you in some ways, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're not going to feel right. And like I said, a lot of times with Valentine's Day, it has become so commercialized, so much of it like over sensationalized, and it's all been about physical, tangible products to buy and make people happy, kind of like Christmas has become. And so a lot of you are going to be struggling this week seeing other people posting things on social media. Stay off of social media if you can, because that's going to bring you a lot of peace, inner peace that you desire, especially on Friday. Okay, now I also feel like a lot of us air signs are going to be struggling with decision making. There's something that you're struggling about, and this has to do with your finances. There's could be a lot of stress right now in your home, especially if you are in a relationship and you have one partner that maybe is struggling in their job and you are not working, or you are in a relationship where you're not the main breadwinner. There could be some feelings that come up either from your partner or yourself that are unexpressed, and some of these could be expressed. And it leaves you kind of feeling shaken, but I do see money coming in. So, things are going to be changing for you, but you have to be very strong if you're an air sign this week, because your money is on your mind is on your money, and money is on your mind. And a lot of you are also very, like I said, going back towards love. You're thinking about, what did I do wrong to not have a partner, especially if you're single? What did I do to not deserve, to have a partner or love or true love? Why haven't I experienced this in this lifetime? And that's going to be the question that a lot of you that are single are asking. And for those of you that are in very toxic relationships, then you're an air sign, you may be trapped in a situation that you cannot get out of, and you know that if you get out of it, it's going to get messy, it's going to get ugly, because you're going to be dealing with all the crap that person that knows about you now that you've been with is going to spread to their friends, and it could get out. And if you are somebody that's important, like a celebrity or someone out there, it could turn very messy, where they try to expose you and lie about you and fabricate things just to destroy you, because some people are very mental when it comes to that kind of energy. They're just like that. They don't give really a damn about other people or what they feel or what they think. And like I said, you have to be very strong. Some of us air signs are going to be very much to ourselves. We're not going to be really wanting to go out. We're not going to be wanting to go to a party or an invite, and stay more to ourselves and what we're doing. There is also a lot of emotional fulfillment in doing this, because when we slow down the mind, sometimes we're able to get a better understanding and see things from a clear perspective, versus if we were not, if we were doing things, we wouldn't be able to focus on that. And it's going to be hard because a lot of us can't settle down for just a couple of minutes. If you're an air sign, you always like to be in work. You always like to be doing something, and have your mind stimulated in some way, because whether it's intellectualism or it's just, you communicating with someone. Communication drives you. But like I said, we are in the shadow. We are approaching the Mercury retrograde. So it is going to be a time for us to really just, kind of bunker down. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Kind of settle down, take it down a notch. We don't have to be extra this week. We don't have to go into, to a restaurant that's very fancy or spend a lot of money to kind of fill that void that some of us may be feeling inside. Even though you may be in a relationship, there's always like something with us air signs that is always like incomplete, and we're always reaching towards other things or situations to kind of fill that void that we may feel at that certain time. Now, I'm not saying that we're empty or that we don't have love in our life, but I am saying that at some points we may feel like the Gemini mind or the other air signs like Aquarius and Libra, we may feel like we are lacking something, whether it's money, whether it is fame, whether it is happiness. And so you have to, kind of look at yourself and say that this is all in my mind. This is not really reality. This is an illusion. And this is not, really how it appears to be. And we create our illusions many times. And it takes us to really just focus on that, to push past those roadblocks. I do feel also that some of us out there will be traveling this week, whether it's to another city close to you, a couple hundred miles, maybe just a couple of miles, 50 or 60 miles. But there is something about traveling, and getting out of your environment may help you later for those of you that don't want to be at home. But like I said, a lot of you will find comfort being at home. But it doesn't mean because I said that in my horoscope, that you have to do that, or that's going to necessarily be the outcome, because we're all masters of our own destiny, and the future is unwritten. These are just snippets of what I see for this week, but our free will can change outcomes. And that's the reason, that I brought it up, all of these things, because I feel like a lot of us are going through a plethora of feelings and emotions this week, with the full moon, being in Leo starting today on February 9th when I'm doing these horoscopes. So pay attention to that. This is your horoscope for this week, and I hope you did enjoy it. All right, and last but not least, if you are a water sign, this is the conclusion of the actual horoscopes for this week. So I'm doing my water signs now. If you are a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, again, if you're a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, this is your horoscope for this week. So I see immediately this week a lot of focus on your money. A lot of you are going to be wanting to spend something, whether it's on your partner, for Valentine's Day, or just doing something nice for yourself. It is welcome. Spirit is acknowledging that this is okay for you to, indulge in something and treat yourself, because you deserve it. You're worth it. And I feel like a lot of you are standing in your power. When it comes to money, money is equivalent to power. And some people may not agree with this, but I do see it being something that makes you feel more assertive and powerful and calmer. And so I see that. I also feel like a lot of you are at a point right now this week where you're going to be moving forward from a situation. You're like, what? I have had it. I'm done with this. Whether it's a job that's not fulfilling to you, whether it's a friendship that is weighing on you too much and draining you too much, you're going to put an end or a finality to some situation and move forward. This is going to be a time of progression and moving forward in your life. At the same time, a lot of you are looking towards answers, and you may not have that spiritual clarity. So you may decide this week is a good week to get a psychic reading from someone, or consult your own tarot cards, your own oracle cards, and pull some information for yourself. A lot of you are on a path right now of mysticism, of spiritualism, of esotericism, of looking for things and ways to kind of express yourself and get into the world of the paranormal. A lot of you are feeling things on a very high vibrational level, universal downloads, things that are unseen to other people who are not as in tune as you may be. And so a lot of you are on this journey and you're wanting to show others as well your spirituality. It's like you're no longer afraid. And I'm not saying that any of you were afraid, but at some point, there is some reservations for some people. Some people are not willing to step out and do what I do, which is to come on here on YouTube and talk about horoscopes and to talk about spirit and to talk about psychic things. Some people just don't have that, and they criticize you because you are different, because you're doing more than what they would ever do, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like a lot of you are stepping into your power more greatly and being more open about it, but at the same time you feel like you have to prove something to someone, and you don't have to prove anything to you. You being yourself is more than enough for for everyone. There is a lot of feelings about your emotions. When a lot of you are looking at your love life right now. A lot of you may be feeling like you're pouring too much of yourself into a relationship, and it's not really manifesting. Somewhere deep down in your mind, you could be creating excuses. Well, this person, maybe like you're in a relationship with a partner, and that partner is very much not faithful. They are texting other guys, or other women when you're not around, and then when you come in, they are completely different and loving and caring. And it's like they're living a secret life, and you may be aware of it since you are a water sign and you're very intuitive and connected to the moon, to the lunar cycles. A lot of you are very much aware of those feelings, but you're in denial that this could possibly be, because either you have become so attached to this person, you don't want to let go of them. You don't want this to be faced as a reality, because it would be an embarrassment to your enemy. Let's say there was somebody else before you with this person, and you got what you wanted eventually, which is having this person in your life. But now that you're engaged, or now that you are married, or now that you have them in some way in your life, you're not really happy. Things are not the way that you present them to be, and you know that, and you know deep down that it's hurting you in some kind of way, because you are not being authentic with yourself, and you are denying the things that are happening in your life, and that is not authenticity. And that's what Spirit is wanting you to step into your power, step into that authenticity as well. As much as you proclaim to be spiritual, you also need to be very transparent with your own feelings. And if it's not being reciprocated, if there are problems, you need to work those things out with a partner, not automatically shut down and shut off other people from your life that may want to help you. A lot of focus on money this week as well. So I feel like your relationship may be based on money for some of you that are in relationships. It is about love, but it's also about money. It's about the fame, the power, the having, people look at you in some kind of way. And again, Spirit is saying that this week, you need to be transparent and let all of those masks fall. None of that's important. Money doesn't make you. Your fashion doesn't make you. Your physical appearance doesn't matter what other people think of you. A lot of us are very subconscious. They're very conscious, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, of our appearances and how we look. And we want to look a certain way and make people, happy and make them feel like, oh, I'm so, beautiful. And and it's all a show. It's all a pony show that Spirit is saying. And they want you to be very authentic with yourself and not lying to other people. Because a lot of you that are Pisces, Scorpio, do that. And if you are also, Cancer, if you're Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, a lot of you actually do that. You put on a show at certain times. And I'm not coming for you. I'm not, saying, talking crap about you out there, but I know that a lot of you can relate to what I'm saying, and this is the healing that you need to do, working this week, because it's going to be all, like everything that I mentioned, are going to be certain aspects that may not affect every single one of you that is a water sign, but it's going to affect some of you in some way, and that this is really happening in your life. And so you have to make changes, because Mercury retrograde is not going to be very gentle when it comes in full force. And then with the full moon, it's going to bring up a lot of emotions and stir up things in you. And there is a potential for you to be dissatisfied or to be unhappy, because again, you are set in your ways and you're not willing to budge or change things to better yourself, because you think that you may know it all. And that's just the way that it is. But you have to understand that this is a life journey and a life purpose, and we're here to learn. And you may not necessarily you may think that you necessarily know everything, but you really don't, and life will teach you that along your way. So that's the horoscope for all of my water signs. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. If you did like this horoscope, please give it a thumbs up. And also, all of my readings are on sale right now until February 14th, which is Friday. That's when my sale ends. So if you have not booked a reading, you may want to go to my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Follow me on IG and Facebook at Psychic Medium Ray. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.